In the realm of absurdity, few things can compete with the concept of Mary-Kate and Ashley video games. Yes, you heard right. The Olsen twins, in all their sitcom glory, decided to grace the video gaming industry with their presence. And boy, was it an experience. Now, when you think of the Olsen twins, your mind probably goes to Full House, fashion, or maybe even their billion-dollar empire. But video games? That's like saying Kim Kardashian is known for her coding skills. Yet between the years of 1999 and 2002, the Olsen twins managed to churn out a series of video games that were, let's just say, unique. These weren't your run-of-the-mill, action-packed, adrenaline-pumping games. Oh no, these were games that plunged you into the thrilling world of shopping malls and high school crushes. You could practically feel the excitement radiating from your console. The games were released by Acclaim Entertainment, a company known for its eclectic choice of games. And it's safe to say, the Mary-Kate and Ashley games were no exception. In fact, they were so exceptional that they ended up in court, with the twins filing a lawsuit against Acclaim for mismanagement. I guess they weren't too thrilled about their virtual escapades either. Now you might be thinking, well, how bad could these games be? They're just harmless fun, right? And to that I say, oh, you sweet innocent soul, you have no idea. Because these games were not just bad, they were legendary. They were the kind of bad that makes you question the very nature of reality. They were the kind of bad that makes you want to go back in time and warn your younger self to stay far, far away. So prepare yourselves, folks. We're about to embark on a journey into a world of pixelated nightmares and questionable fashion choices. A world where the Olsen twins rule supreme and logic is but a distant memory. The only thing worse than the idea of these games is actually playing them. So buckle up, because we're about to dive into the deep end of the absurdity pool. First up on the chopping block is Mary-Kate and Aunt Ashley's Magical Mystery Mall. The name alone should prepare you for the mess that awaits. Welcome, brave souls, to a universe where malls are magical, mysteries abound, and the Olsen twins reign supreme. This game is an enigma wrapped in a conundrum, served with a side of utter confusion. It's like a fever dream of a shopping spree gone terribly wrong. The graphics? Well, let's just say they make a potato look like a high-definition masterpiece. The characters move like they're wading through molasses, and the colors are so garish they make a neon sign look like a grayscale painting. It's as if the developers took a look at the standard of video game graphics and decided, nah, we can do worse. The plot, if you can call it that, is a hodgepodge of nonsensical events. The twins get trapped in a mall, a magical mall no less, and need to complete a series of tasks to escape. It's the perfect setup for a horror game, except it's not. It's a collection of mini-games that range from mind-numbingly mundane to frustratingly impossible. As for the gameplay mechanics, they're about as smooth as sandpaper. Controlling the characters feels like trying to steer a shopping cart with a busted wheel. The mini-games, oh the mini-games, they're a lesson in patience, testing your ability to endure tedium. From the maddeningly slow-paced fashion show to the bafflingly complicated sushi bar, it's like the game is trying to make you regret ever setting foot in this virtual mall. Imagine, if you will, a game that somehow manages to make shopping, the universal pastime, a chore. A game that snatches the joy out of playing and replaces it with a profound sense of bewilderment. That's Mary-Kate and Aunt Ashley's Magical Mystery Mall for you. In conclusion, the only mystery about this mall is how it managed to make it onto store shelves. Scene script. Next up we have Mary-Kate and Ashley Crush Course. Spoiler alert, the only thing this game will crush is your spirit. Imagine a game that takes all the awkwardness of high school, mixes it with the charmlessness of the Olsen twins, and then forgets to add any fun. That's Crush Course in a nutshell. The game claims to teach you how to win your crush's heart, but it's more likely to teach you how to lose your sanity. You might think we're dealing with a fun high school simulator, but nope. Instead, you're treated to a series of mind-numbing mini-games. From decoding secret messages to a bizarre pizza-making contest, it's like the developers threw a bunch of random ideas into a hat and picked them out at random. And let's talk about the controls. It's as if they were designed by someone who's never actually played a video game. The controls are so unresponsive and clunky that it feels like you're trying to maneuver a tank through a maze. Except the tank is an Olsen twin, and the maze is high school. Then there's the game's premise. The Olsen twins, navigating the treacherous waters of high school romance. It's like a daytime soap opera, but with less depth and more hair scrunchies. The dialogue is so cringe-inducing you'll find yourself praying for a power outage just to make it stop. The game's graphics are nothing to write home about either. Everything has this weird grainy quality, as if you're playing the game through a layer of static. It's like watching a bad VHS tape, but without the nostalgia factor to make it bearable. And let's not forget about the sound design. The repetitive music and grating sound effects will have you reaching for the mute button faster than you can say "full house." In conclusion, Mary-Kate and Ashley, Crush Course, is a disaster in digital form. It's a masterclass in how not to make a game. It's devoid of fun, filled with frustration, and an affront to anyone who appreciates good game design. The only course this game set you on is a crash course in disappointment. Last but not least is Mary-Kate and Ashley, Winner's Circle. And let me tell you, the only thing winning about this game is when you finally turn it off. Now, if you thought the prior games were a disaster, brace yourselves for this one. It's as if the developers took a hard look at the realm of racing games and asked, how can we make this as unenjoyable as possible? And boy did they deliver. The game's graphics are about as appealing as a bowl of oatmeal left out in the sun. It's as if someone said, let's take the vibrant, dynamic world of horse racing and drain all the color and life out of it. The controls? Well, imagine trying to steer a shopping cart with a broken wheel, then multiply that frustration by about 1,000. You'd think with a racing game, one of the most important aspects would be, I don't know, the ability to control your horse effectively. But no, that's far too logical for Winner's Circle. You'll spend more time wrestling with the controls than actually racing. And let's talk about the gameplay. It's about as thrilling as watching paint dry. You just go round and round praying for some semblance of excitement, but alas, it never comes. The game's attempt at adding challenges is laughable at best. It's like they threw in a couple of hurdles and said, there, that should keep them entertained for a few hours. But the real kicker? The sheer repetitiveness. It's the same tracks, the same horses, the same races, over and over again. It's like being stuck in a never-ending nightmare of mediocrity. So, there you have it. Mary-Kate and Ashley, Winner's Circle. A game that's about as fun as a root canal. It's a racing game that forgot the most important part. The actual racing. If this is what the Winner's Circle looks like, I'd hate to see the losers square. Well, there you have it, folks. A deep dive into the bizarre world of Mary-Kate and Ashley video games. We've journeyed through the magical mystery mall of misery, survived the Crush Course catastrophe, and even stepped into the so-called Winner's Circle, which frankly felt more like a loser's square. What we've discovered is a series of games that are as baffling as they are flawed. From the perplexing mini-games to the laughable plot lines, these games are a testament to the absurdity of early 2000s gaming. The Olsen twins might have been teen sensations, but in the gaming world they were more of a train wreck. But let's not be too harsh. After all, these games do serve a purpose. They're a hilarious reminder of a time when any celebrity could end up in a video game, regardless of how ill-suited they were for the medium. In the end, the only thing these games are good for is a hearty laugh at their expense. So, if you're ever in need of a good chuckle, you know where to look. Just don't say I didn't warn you.